Hi. Okay. The last few times I've tried this, the camera either fell over or I rambled on for fucking hours. So, I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Top 10, top 5, not 10, of my favorite anime. I'm just gonna start right off with, no, I'm not. Whatever, I'll explain it as the list goes on. Fuck. Okay, at number 5, it's an anime that I used to watch a lot when I was a little kid on a channel called Fox Kids or Jetix or whenever the fuck it was on, because that channel changed names like 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3,000 fucking times. It's an anime called Shaman King. And I really like Shaman King, so it was really fucking interesting. Okay, now that I've got all my rage from the past takes out, I really like Shaman King because it was just really interesting to me. It's about a boy called Yo, and he is a shaman, which means that he can unite with spirit. Well, he can see and talk to spirits, but he can unite with spirits to, well, make them, unify and become this, force. It's the way I remember it. It's sort of like possession, but voluntary possession, I think. But like instead of one consciousness taken out completely, they just sort of share a body. Either way, you have to forgive me because I haven't actually watched this anime for a fairly long time now. But I do really like it. It's just that, yeah. Anyway, there's a tournament if I remember right, and the person who wins this becomes the Shaman King. So King of Shamans. And, during his training and stuff, he meets other people that he needs to fight and or work with and such. And I always just found it an interesting concept, because before that point, obviously I was a little kid and goes for these evil, scary things that only wanted to hurt you. And now they have actual, in this show, they have actual personality. You can, talk with them, reason with them, and they can help you become more powerful and such. Fuck. It was interesting to me. And the theme is fucking gorgeous. I love that theme, and I went back and watched it, the anime, I think, like, it was either near the end of last year or near the beginning of this year. And, even before that point, when I hadn't watched the anime for, since I was a little kid, I could still remember part of the theme, which, I don't know, I just love that theme. But, yeah, Shaman King, it's just a really fun thing to watch, and I should probably go and watch the entire series again, because, or actually I probably should for this video, because I clearly can't remember shit. Although, one notable thing is that apparently the anime has a different ending to the manga. I don't know, I can't remember why exactly, but all I remember is that the anime at some point, near the end, stopped following the manga, and now, if you read it, and then watch it, it's, you'll notice massive changes. That's just kind of an interesting note. But anyway, at number 4, is the original 3 Beyblade series. So Beyblade, V-Force, and G-Revolution. None of this metal shit, because it might not be shit, but personally I've only watched the 1 episode and it just didn't hold my interest. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Beyblade series because it's an example of what anime does to ordinary things, which is, take something ordinary or childish like a children's card game, a children's play thing, or sports, or something like that, and then add epic. So it's like, with Yu-Gi-Oh! and Beyblade, add giant fucking monsters. With sports, add fire and lasers, and possible death, and all this stuff, and I don't know, I just find that funny. But yeah, Beyblade is an example of this, and it's another one that I watched as a kid without really knowing what it was. The original series is just about 4 Beybladers who form a team called I think it's the Blade Breakers or the Bay Breakers or something like that. And they go on to become world champions, obviously getting hindered along the way because people take this shit way too fucking seriously in their world. And they do eventually become the world champions. And then in Beyblade V... I used to do that as a kid too, Beyblade. In Beyblade V-Force, I think it's like roughly a year after the events of the original Beyblade. And the art style has changed to be really, really good, although Tyson, one of the main characters' eye colour changed. It was blue in the original series, brown in V-Force, and onward. But, yeah, so, they have been apart for a long time. They get attacked by, a group who are using, like, invisible cybernetic bit beasts. And a bit beast, by the way, is, like, a monster that inhabits these child's play things and makes it powerful, and all this nice stuff. But yeah, I can't remember what the group's called. There are two groups, basically, attacking the Blade Breakers, or Bay Breakers. I'm going to say Blade Breakers, because it sounds cooler. But yeah, they're attacking the Blade Breakers, forcing them to reunite, essentially. Trying to... They're two separate groups going about it two different ways, but they basically want to eliminate Bit Beasts, if I remember right, because they want to stop some event that is going to happen or has already happened or something like that. And yeah, and then in G-Revolution, sorry. The first group of episodes is like this pairs tournament thing. All of the, four are now in their own teams because they all want their shot at being the world champion, like on their own. So basically they go into different pairs and they all battle each other essentially in this tournament. And then the second lot of episodes, there's a new villain forcing them all to essentially be on the same team again to try and stop them, using a new type of Beyblade, and it's really cool. I mentioned names. This is something I actually remember the main characters in this series, so it's not going to be like just as a minute ago when I was going on about Shaman King, just mention one character over and over again. But this series, the four main characters, or the four main blades at least, are named Tyson, Ray, Max, and Kai. And they also have a guy who helps design their Beyblades called Kenny, I think. And it's just really cool. They all have, well, they're all different. They all have bit beasts that apparently, are just the most amazing thing because they never fucking lose. No, they lose, but hero syndrome. They win more often than not. Anyway, it's just, I really like the series. I know I'm just rambling on it. It's another one that I really haven't watched in a long time, just because, Shaman King has 64 episodes, Beyblade has, 3 series, so, yeah. All of the anime on this list are fairly long, so I guess that's my fault. Oh well. Yeah, Beyblade taking a childish concept, making it fucking awesome, and that's why I love it. And it's also pretty funny too. And there's some creative things too. It's not all just about it's mostly about the Beyblades. But there's like a part in V-Force where Tyson has to complete physical challenges by himself, like running around the entire fucking town in a limited amount of time. And, he has to get to the phone to save his friends, to get a new message and all that stuff, to find out where they are. That's just, Anyway, number 3. Now, number 3 and number 2 are, sort of a tied position. And the reason I chose one over the other is because the one I'm about to say has not completed its run in terms of its anime, at least in English dub yet. I'm not sure about Japanese dub, nor am I sure about its manga. But yeah, the one above it I can form a complete opinion on because it's a complete series. This one it could do things to make me like it more or like it less still, so, yeah. Anyway, this is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. It's about ninjas. I'm sure most of you, if you know about anime, probably know about this, Naruto already, because people like to compare, Naruto with a lot of other anime, and they like to bag on diss Naruto because, of all the stuff that happens. But basically, it's about this it's about a village of ninjas, or a world of ninjas rather, and the village that we focus on is the village hidden in the leaves, which has a ninja school. That's where our main character is named Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto is a ninja, but he is not a very good ninja, because he has a demon trapped inside of him that makes it. He has a lot of chakra, which is what their energy that they use to do all the things that they do. But the problem with that is he can't control it at first, and he also the older people in the village know that he has this. Well, I think they know that. I'm pretty sure they know that he has this demon inside of him, and they don't like him for it because they're scared that he's going to go on like a rampage or something. And because of that, they, just shove him out of the way, wish that he was gone and all this stuff, and they encourage their kids to stay away from him too. So he's a really lonely person. And to try and make friends and at least get some attention, he acts up in class and just acts up in general, playing pranks and stuff, because that way he does make a few friends and people do pay attention to him. Problem is they see him as a clown, they don't take him seriously as a ninja and all this stuff, and all he wants is respect. And then he has his main two friends and his sensei are Sakura, Sasuke, and Kakashi. And they form a team and they go on missions to get trained to be ninja, and they go through exams to rank up and all this stuff. They do this all together. Until eventually one day Sasuke, who is from a clan that has been wiped out completely except for himself and his brother, is turned evil. Or he goes to, the evil side, because all he wants in life is to get revenge on his brother. And to that he needs to be more powerful, and he just goes with the side who's able to offer him more power. And Naruto is determined to bring him back, gathering a bunch of his other ninja friends up to go save him. And this is where the original series should end, because they go on a mission to save Sasuke, and this arc is my favourite, by the way, the Sasuke retrieval arc. They go on a mission to save Sasuke, and they fail, and in the manga this is where Naruto leaves the village and then comes back in 3 years, which is where Shippuden takes place, which is where he furthers his ninja training. Sasuke has been training with Orochimaru and is being, who's the main bad guy really, who is being, trying to prepare him to exchange bodies, because this is what Orochimaru does, he's the dick. And, there's wars, there's battles, all this sort of stuff. But, apparently in 3 years, Naruto has, he's grown a lot, and he comes back to the village, and then he essentially carries on as he was before. He's just trying to get his friend back, and he goes on missions in between and all this stuff. He meets new friends and develops new techniques. And this anime currently has not been finished yet, so yeah. I really like this anime just because, for one, I like the concept. It's fucking ninjas. Who doesn't love ninjas? The way they fight is really cool. They use things called jutsu, which is split into 3 main categories, which is genjutsu, which is like messing with the senses. There's taijutsu, which is hand-to-hand combat, and there's ninjutsu, which is like, boom, explosion, and energies and stuff. But, and then there's all subtypes, like jutsu that you can only have if you belong to a certain clan, jutsu that is forbidden, and jutsu of all stuff, summonings and shit. But yeah, I think it's a really cool way to fight, to be honest. And what was I about to mention? Oh yeah, the problem with Naruto as the series is the fucking filler. Yeah, the filler. See, as I said, the Sasuke retrieval arc was meant to be the last arc in the original Naruto series before it moved on to Shippuden. By the way, I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But it wasn't, because they added a long section of filler, which were just random ninja missions over and over and over again with no connecting story, really. The only part that connected them was there's this little thing that they mentioned in one of the episodes where Naruto gets paired with two other people, and almost every time he gets paired up with these two people on this specific team, he fails his mission. That's all that connects it, really. So, yeah, that sucks. And it carries on into Shippuden somewhat, because there's a certain point in the anime where Naruto has this big climactic battle with the leader of an organization that is trying to capture him and take the demon away from him and use it for evil. And right after this, there's a long section of filler that is not even to do with this actual anime. It's flashbacks to things that never happened around the time of the original series, showing stuff that they just made up for that, and it sucks. So yeah, Naruto's problem is a lot of fucking filler. Anyway, number 2 is an old anime called Yu Yu Hakusho. And this was really, really cool. I use that word a lot. But it follows a guy named Yusuke Urameshi, and basically, I like the beginning of this anime, because at the very beginning of the anime, in the very first episode, the hero, the main protagonist, dies. Yeah. He dies, and is a ghost, and he goes to the spirit world, and they find out that, well, he finds out that since he's been such a bad person, well, not a bad person, but he's not the best of people, because he's a street thug, and he picks fights, and he's apparently a really strong one. But, yeah, he dies, goes to the spirit world, and they say that they would never expect him to do what he did. People with his credentials would not have done what he did, which was the way he died, was that there was a car coming, and a little boy ran into the street, and he moved the kid out of the way, and he got hit by the car himself, and, yeah. I think that, so yeah, they offer him a second chance at life, really. And for the first, I think it's like 5 or so episodes, the focus is him trying to follow what they say and get back to life before time runs out and he can't do it anymore. And then when he does come back, because he has seen the spirit world and he's got such a connection to his spirit for being a spirit, they give him a job as a spirit detective in which he has to go hunt down demons and bring them to justice, which is pretty damn interesting. And you know, there's a lot of fight scenes, lasers, yay, and along the way, his rival, his street thug rival, Kuwabara, also joins him, and he actually becomes, like, it seems like he's starting off as a really, you know, comedic relief character, but then he becomes really fucking awesome. You know, he's like, I think chivalrous and all this stuff, and he's really cool. But, yeah, and as you can imagine, he brings in more people, well, sort of. He defeats 3 demons, who are named, one of them I can't remember the name of for the life of me because he's not the main character and he gets killed. Hiei and Kurama. Hiei is a short guy with 3 eyes and spiky ass hair, and Kurama is an ancient fox spirit, kind of like the one inside Naruto. Well, he used to be anyway, and then he got shot, and I think he got hunted down. I can't remember if he was killed or just wounded, but he resurrected himself. Well, he was reborn as a boy to a family, and Yeah, he was reborn as a boy in a family, and but people in the demon world apparently still know that he's a demon or something like that, because they track him down, and the whole point of this is they steal a few artifacts for power and such, and Yusuke stops them, and yeah, Yusuke stops them, kills one of them, the other two get sent away. Then the next time him and Kuwabara have to go and, I think they invade this castle, the people in the demon world send these two with them to help along, and then they eventually become friends and all that stuff, you know, evil guys becoming good and helping out and stuff. And along the line, they enter this thing called a Dark Tournament, and this is my favourite saga, or arc, or whatever. The Dark Tournament part is just that, it's a demon tournament. And there's this really strong guy that I can't remember the name of for the life of me, but he's a threat, obviously, and they defeat him, and then later on, I know I'm rushing through this, but it's like, I'm rushing through this. It's just to say the anime and not so much the plot, and it might be a bit confusing, but yeah. Anyways, I won't go on with the rest of the plot. It's essentially, it's sort of a repeat where they go on, they beat the bad guy, and then they go in another tournament in the demon world, and yeah. But I just really like this because, you know, there's awesome fight scenes, there's awesome abilities, there's just, it's real, like, I don't know how to put it, it's just this real sense of badass. Just a really cool show, you know, with all the things that they do, and I'm not how to, pardon me, I really don't know how to say much more. It's just like, you know, Yusuke is a spirit detective, and he kills demons, and it's awesome. Yeah, I like the character designs. And the powers that they show off with all the weapons and... But, if I had to say a problem with this series, it's that... the first 5 episodes seem really different to the rest of the series, because, like I said, the focus is on him getting back into his body. And they present multiple ways for him to do it, which actually kind of bugged me, because... yeah, it was like... The first one they set up was, I think he had to take care of a spirit egg, and he had to do good things, and the more good things he did, you know, eventually the spirit egg would break open and would revive him into his body. But if he did bad things, it would eat him and he would cease to exist. And then I think he loses the egg, or it gets broken or something, while he was trying to help someone. And, like, I don't say, it's not that I don't like these 5 episodes, I just don't like this particular thing where they gave this one, if you do this, you'll be brought back, if not, you will have to stay dead thing. And then he essentially failed. But then he got back into his body anyway, because they presented another way for him to do it, and the second way seemed a lot easier, if I remember. But yeah, I do like the first 5 episodes, because he has to, as a spirit, use his minor influence and possess people and stuff to make sure that they don't cremate his body, and, you know, to get his body out of harm. You know, in one episode his house, you know, burns while his dead body is in there, and if he doesn't have a body, he can't be brought back. Oh no. But yeah, I just don't like that particular, you know, aspect that, you know, they gave him this one all or nothing way to come back to life, he fails, and they give him another way to do it. So yeah, but in general, it's really good. And then there's this one part, there's a character that is an important character, she's like a trainer, or a mentor or whatever, and she dies, and it's a really emotional death scene, and I really, really love it. But then, later along the line, she actually does get brought back, like Yusuke did. But it's like, I don't know, it just kind of, it ruins it a little bit. Because, I don't know, like, while they do say, you know, and have shown that people can be brought back to life, it's not, like, abused or anything. If I remember right, it's only used twice. But, like, I think it's because that it ruins it, because, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, really. Because, at this point, we've only ever seen Yusuke be brought back, and it took a really long time, and we saw his efforts to do it and all this stuff. And when this person dies, she's just brought back. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's okay that she was brought back, but, like, in this series, death, you know, is a final thing. Well, not a final thing, she can be brought back. Whatever, I'll move on. I clearly can't find the words to try and explain this. I'll just move on to my number one pick, which is, as you might be able to tell from the song playing in the background, Dragon Ball Z, and all series attached to it, except for Kai, because I haven't watched Kai. But yeah, as you can tell in the background, it is Vegeta's Super Saiyan theme, which also played when he did his final flash. Love this music so much. This is one of my favourite things in this series, is the music. Why does Kai not have this music? That's one of the reasons I don't watch Kai, because I don't have this music. Anyway, I'll start with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is essentially, well, it's about this kid with a tail called Goku, and he tries to find the Dragon Balls because he meets friends who want to find the Dragon Balls, and, you know, they make wishes, and along the way they get into fights. And this series is more like comedy and adventure than the more popular Dragon Ball Z, which is about fighting and explosions and awesome and everything. I like Dragon Ball Z a lot. I watched it as a kid, and it to this day remains my favourite anime. I'm getting ahead of myself. That was a weird noise. Anyway. Yeah, Dragon Ball is about their adventure to find the Dragon Balls, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched Dragon Ball in a really long time, so I don't remember a lot of it. But it's a lot more comedy and such. But there are, like, fight scenes here, like at the World Martial Arts tournaments and stuff. But, anyway, in Dragon Ball Z, it starts out, and Dragon Ball Z just spans so long, but I'm going to try to explain it really fast. So, Goku goes back to his old mentor. Goku, the main character, is now a lot older. He goes back to his mentor, who is Master Roshi, who taught him a lot of stuff, and his best friend Krillin, and Bulma, and Yamcha, and, you know, all these friends that he's made. And he introduced them to his new son named Gohan. Then a guy comes from space, wrecks Goku's shit and steals his son away, explaining that they are from a dead race called the Saiyans, who used to be, you know, the most elite warrior race on a planet that no longer exists, and that Goku was originally sent here to exterminate the Earthlings so that the Saiyans could come and just take over the planet and sell it to their leader. Now, well, not sell it to their leader so that their leader could use it for whatever. Goku teams up with a nemesis from Dragon Ball called Piccolo, who is the son of an enemy that he fought called the Demon King Piccolo. And they go off and they fight Raditz, and during the battle Goku is killed, and he goes to the afterlife, but because he's been good, he is allowed to keep his body. And he goes and trains with an amazing warrior, well, an ex-amazing warrior, something like this, called King Kai, who's like a god. And he goes to train because, basically, the rest of the remaining Saiyans, Vegeta and Nappa, are going to come to Earth to get the Dragon Balls, which are really valuable, and can grant wishes, so that, well, they're essentially going to kill everyone, take the Dragon Balls, and wish for immortality. And what, I think is it a year or 3 years, can't remember, but I think it's a year. Whatever amount of time it is, he's got time, essentially. And he goes and he trains with King Kai, and their plan is that he'll train with King Kai, and they'll use the Dragon Balls to bring him back to life so they can help them in the fight against the Saiyans. Now, the Saiyans come, and Goku's brought back to life, but he needs to travel back to Earth on his own. So he does so. A lot of his friends die, and again, they'll be brought back with the Dragon Balls. But yeah, he gets to the battle a little bit too late. Everyone's dead, and he beats the Saiyans. One of them, Nappa, is killed, and the other one, Vegeta. As I was saying, because my phone got cut off, Vegeta escapes, and then, alright, I just recorded all of this. Genuinely, I had a really, really long explanation just a minute ago of just Dragon Ball Z alone. I've been here for a long, long time. I forgot to put the music back on. I'll be right back. According to that timer, I have been here for 50 minutes. This video got cut off at half an hour. I've been here an extra 20 minutes just talking about Dragon Ball Z's plot. That's how much I love this series. Okay, Frieza Saga, things happen on a planet called Namek because they need to go get the Dragon Balls from there because Piccolo's dead. And now they can't use the Earth's Dragon Balls. They have to beat Frieza and all of his men. Vegeta dies and gets brought back. Goku turns into a Super Saiyan because Krillin dies. Everyone escapes Namek except for Goku, who is presumed to be blown up with the planet. It turns out he did escape and has learned a new technique on the way home to Earth, where a boy from the future has come back, who is Vegeta and Bulma's son, and he defeats Frieza, because Frieza is now on Earth. And he warns Goku about a thing called the androids, that have destroyed his future, basically. Killed all the Z fighters, and Goku dies from a heart attack or a heart disease before then. Now, he gives Goku medicine so that he won't die, but he still does get weakened by the heart virus when the androids do eventually come and has to be taken out of the saga, essentially, for a really long time. A monster called Cell appears, which wants to absorb the androids to become perfect so that he can be the most perfect thing and kill everyone and such. Now, they have to train to stop him, but he still reaches his perfect form. Oh, god damn it. In the Frieza Saga against Frieza, Goku has become a Super Saiyan. Now Vegeta is also a Super Saiyan. Goku's son becomes a Super Saiyan during training, and eventually, against Cell, becomes Super Saiyan 2 because Goku gave his life trying to stop Cell from blowing up the entire planet. Now, after the Cell Saga, 7 years have passed. Gohan has been slacking on his training. Goku has a new son called Goten, but he's dead because they haven't brought him back with the Dragon Balls. Because it occurred to him that people are going to come to Earth to try to kill him and they're going to cause damage in the process. So yeah, Goku is gone, he's dead, but a new threat still arises anyway. Oh, fuck, Goku. God damn it. Anyway, it causes problems that the Z fighters cannot handle. And what has to happen is that, well, they have to bring Goku back. He comes back for a limited time to try and teach his son and Vegeta's son a technique and train, try to essentially give the message to the others, I'm not coming back forever, you have to get stronger, and because I'm not going to be around for the next one. I might be around now, but, just to help you, but I'm not going to be around for the next threat, and you have to be able to do it without me. He is permanently revived eventually anyway, because it proves that the technique he taught the boys, the fusion technique, does not work, because the threat called Majin Buu transforms into not a more powerful foe, because it's explained that Buu was originally like a small thing that absorbed 2 people, which essentially made him more powerful, but it gave him more restrictions, so he wouldn't use all of his power. The Buu that they originally knew was innocent and fat and jolly and all this stuff, and liked candy. And he really gets less powerful with each transformation, but he holds less back because he's pure evil. So, yeah. Goku has achieved a level of Super Saiyan called Super Saiyan 3, but even that proves not enough to defeat Buu. Oh. So he tries fusion with Vegeta, which should have been permanent, but wasn't because of something really complicated. And eventually, a lot of people die. Buu, once he reaches final transformation, Buu, in his second transformation, eats almost all the Z fighters, absorbs a few more, blows up the planet. Vegeta blows himself up trying to save the planet, which doesn't work. And then eventually, pretty much everyone's wished back with the Dragon Balls, the planets wish back with the Dragon Balls, and they defeat Kid Buu, and this is the end of Dragon Ball Z, which leads into Dragon Ball GT, which is not as good, and I've been sitting here explaining for so long, I just cannot bring myself to explain GT. Hopefully, by the amount I've gone on with each of these, well, not each of these anime, because the earlier entries are really short, but the amount I've gone on with at least the last few, like Naruto, maybe, Yu Yu Hakusho, and definitely Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Z, and all this, you must know how much I love this anime by this point. I can't find flaws with Dragon Ball. There are flaws. None of them are enough to make me like this series any less. If you haven't seen it already, go out and watch it somehow. And that goes for all the anime on this list. If you haven't seen at least one episode, go out, watch an episode, see if you like it. I'll be back with another video, hopefully not one as long as this, next time on Dragon Ball Z. That was probably a really horrible impression. I don't fucking care. I did it the first time, I'm doing it now, goddammit. Goodbye.